wanna jet, sit tight, no slick, just bought a Cadillac. Throw some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac. Throw some D's on that bitch. Just bought a Cadillac. Those boys selling crack, folk niggas wanna jet, sit tight, no slick, just bought a Cadillac. Took it to the top, got the damn top drop, 2-color flip-flop in the red.
Ladies and gentlemen, no quip after that. Welcome to the podcast for underappreciated wrestling fans. D-Walk is at 2% alcoholism, so let's go. How are you, D-Walk? And it goes up to 7.
Good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Next time with D-Walk Wednesdays at 9:30. I'm also
Yes, sir.
blessed. I'm also blessed to have EOD Wrestling Hub 33. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Thank you. His channel will be in the description after the live. Kane the Destroyer, the Wise Man, the Chaotic One. How are you, sir?
What's up, man? What's going on? We got a lot to talk about, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
The historian's gonna come in soon, so we'll get some quips on him and Terrell and CJ Wolfie and others might jump in as well later on, just depending on what it is. This might go 2 hours, it might go 3. Let's have some
It
fun.
might go 7.
You need to kiss your own ass. It might go 7. I'm jumping the hell off after 2, man.
It might go on
Wow.
7. I won't be here.
I edit this. You think I'm gonna watch 7 hours of this? Jesus Christ.
Your brother had the longest one of the longest streams ever in history, all by himself. Doing this right here. It's another thing.
Damn.
We could do it. You just
Y'all gonna leave me to talk to myself?
you'll pass
Man,
out.
Damn,
we're gonna be asleep.
You would. You pass out again.
Hey man, that only happened 6 times, man. Come on, man. Don't judge me.
Ladies and gentlemen. Now, stop
That's
saying
funny.
so many damn. Anyway, look, we're gonna stew a little bit and talk about Mercedes Moné because again, Terrell might bring his thoughts on this, and hopefully he will in the future. He just saw Booker T in a Comic-Con, and shout out to you, Terrell, CJ Wolfie. Booker T, stop doing so many fucking tournaments at ROW. It's starting to piss me off. Let's talk about Mercedes Moné. Now, this is the video that Terrell did talking about how Mercedes Moné has so many belts. This is the second video. The first video was him praising Mercedes Moné, but telling him like, hey, let's stop this whole like belt stuff. People hated on that, so he made a secondary video. This is 3 minutes long, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy, get your popcorn, and get some water. This is about to get thirsty.
Hey, let me explain something to y'all. I am not hating on the fact that Mercedes Moné has all these titles. But what I will say is this. The reason why I hate this look for her, she is one of the best that's doing it right now. She is one of the best that's doing it, but she feels like we don't know that. So this is what we get. This is what we get when a person has felt underappreciated. Okay? This is the result that we get. Now she's throwing it in our face. She's going around these different companies and just collecting belts. But that's not the issue that I have with it. The issue that I have with it is that she ain't finna put them fucking titles on the line, bro. She not finna defend them titles regularly. She's not. And then you motherfuckers got the audacity to compare this shit to a fucking boxer with multiple belts. You got 2 different training calibers. You got 2 different conditionings. You comparing professional wrestlers to boxers? That's how I know you motherfuckers just talking at your ass. That's how I know. How in the fuck is you gonna compare professional wrestling to boxing? To anybody out there that's a boxer and professional wrestler, y'all know it's 2 different training circuits that they go through. It's 2 different conditionings that they go through. And I know that, and I don't even know fucking everything. I don't know everything. I hope you all made it to the 2-minute mark because I'm telling y'all, I don't know every fucking thing. But a lot of you motherfuckers that be in that comment section, y'all get in that comment section and talk shit like you fucking know everything, and you don't. Oh, you thought I was done? No, I wasn't done yet. Why she need all this? when you got people at home and people in a fucking locker room waiting for an opportunity. But then you say, oh, save the women's division. Take the women's division more seriously. How the fuck is this taking it more serious? How the fuck is this shit taking it more serious? You think them, oh yeah, girl, you got all them titles. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. They ain't proud of us shit. They don't give a fuck. They want their opportunities too. So with that being said, one day, she might find herself going back to WWE. She might. They might take her back. But guess what? They gonna have to pay up. They gonna have to pay up. You know why? Because she's stacking up her resume. She's stacking up them title records. And they gonna have to pay her what the fuck she's worth. That's the whole grand scheme. I could be wrong. And I'm not afraid to admit if I'm wrong. But what if I'm right?
Hey.
That was 100 right there.
Hey.
Yeah. Woo!
Came in hot.
Yeah.
Knocked out D-Walk. He ain't even in the damn screen no more. Damn. All right.
Help me out. I'm on the ground right now. I can't even get up. I'm twitching right now.
First off, shout out to For Real Terrell. You can check him out on YouTube. For Real Terrell, TERELL double L's. He'll come in later on. And CJ Wolfie. Let's go to the guest. EOD Wrestling Hub. What are your thoughts on this? And is Monet Thanos getting a little greedy?
Somebody pissed my dog off.
Terrell was absolutely right. It's not the fact that she's got the belts because she is good and deserves the belts, but you can't have the belts and then never defend the belts. You're just collecting them, not defending them. Now, if she was a fighting champion, I'm not saying you got to do it like every single. Well, she's got a lot of belts, so I guess you got to do it every single month because you got to distribute it. But she's got to defend like maybe one of the belts once every 2 months or something, and then just rotate them out because it is a lot of belts. But yeah, he's absolutely correct in everything. But he's also right about everybody ends up back in WWE eventually because that's where the money's at. Yeah, that's where the money's at. They're not overpaying her now, AEW, but now because she's getting paid that in AEW, the WWE wants her. They're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to pay her and everything, and he's absolutely correct about that. So I'm not mad at her for that. But Tony Khan, I'm like, you can't just be buying belts and not having her defend them. That's crazy.
But what if WWE don't even want her no more?
Oh, that's okay because AEW got the money. But they'll get her eventually. Yeah, that's what they do. You make a name once you leave the company. If you make a name for yourself, look at Cody Rhodes. Look at Cody Rhodes. When Cody Rhodes left, like they didn't even care that he left. He made his name outside of WWE, and then guess what happened? He's back, and now he's like the biggest star ever. And I didn't even like Cody Rhodes at first.
But she burnt their bridge bad with them. She burnt their bridge bad with them.
Doesn't matter. So
that was the last regime, and then you got Punk. Like business talks. Like Punk and Triple H didn't even get along at all. But money talks, and now they get along and everything. So.
Okay, so in that case, you want to talk about Triple H? It's a lot of wrestlers Triple H ain't getting along with that he letting go.
Yeah, I know, but they always a lot of people come back eventually if you make your name big enough.
Karrion Kross is one of them.
Yeah, but he'll come back in like 2-3 years after he gets an explosion.
Man, it's his third time coming back.
It gets even bigger. They'll bring him back.
But it's his third time after so many times, bro. I don't even want to come back. This is my third time. You let me come back 3 titimes.
Look at Matt Cardona. He makes a lot of money. He could come back, but he's like he's fine doing what he's doing. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to. He's making the living he wants to make. He's making the money in the schedule. So
time's coming so hard where I'm thinking about starting OnlyFans.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have a button for that. Hold up now. I got a button for that. Oh my God.
That's a personal life thing, bro. I'm serious. Everybody else can start one, but I can't.
I know.
Oh, man.
You just do your own little. Anyway, look.
So what if I turn to Puerto Rico and then I sell my body?
What are your thoughts on?
What if I turn to Puerto Rico and make money?
Sell your body and then get beat up by a whole bunch of Puerto Rican girls.
Hold on, say it again.
You don't want to go down that road, sir.
It better be a whole lot of them.
Okay.
Now what you say, Alex?
And
I'm from Flint. We don't play that.
Rappers got beat up here, bro. Okay.
Hey, I'm not that rapper. Where was he from?
Oh my God.
Where was he from? Puerto Rico?
Okay. Kovac, I think he's actually from Detroit too, or Louisiana, one of those two.
Man, we not Louisiana, so you can. It wasn't Detroit. I would have heard about it.
Either way, Kane, your thoughts on Terrell's thoughts on Mercedes Moné, and we'll add on we'll add on a little question after you finish.
I think absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, the formula she's using it can work out in her benefit in the end. But she's going to do all these different promotions. Hell, some of these promotions you ain't never freaking heard of. And she's snatching belts, and then she's showing these folks like y'all didn't believe me, but guess what? Look at me now, bitches.
You gonna win a 7-11
and I ain't done yet. Now, eventually, I think she will go back to WWE, but just like Bruce said, you know, they got to pay her. They got to pay her because she's gonna be worth way more, especially if the crowd behind her too. If she make a appearance right now, the whole crowd gonna say CEO. It could be a one-time knockoff thing.
No, they won't. They gonna be like Sasha Banks. They gonna be boss. They gonna say the boss. They ain't gonna say CEO.
I bet you they say CEO.
I bet you. Oh, I bet you a 12 pack. I bet you a 24 pack.
It doesn't matter. Hey, all you need in the background to make her come back is someone has a Mercedes in the back. Like, why is there a Mercedes in the back? Why are there so many Mercedes in the parking lot or in the front? That's all you fucking need, and boom, Mercedes Moné. That's all you need. They're gonna do it. They already copied Sabrina Carpenter with Mariah May. Fucking God, go on.
Yeah. So what if she does decide she want to come back? What if she come back as Mercedes?
Mm-hmm. Which you can. It's her right.
It's all right?
Everyone. I don't think Zack Ryder's coming back as Zack Ryder. I think he's coming back as Matt Cardona because no one open up to Zack Ryder anymore.
So the thing is, you went out on the indies. You making yourself bigger. So now you like, if y'all want me, then show me them. Hey,
that's what Cody Rhodes did. He went from Goldust, and he went and evolved himself. And look where he at now. He back in the WWE. But I don't think she could do what Cody Rhodes did. Cody Rhodes went and tore the fucking house. To me, they just giving her belts. She's not going to defend them. They just giving her belts. At least Cody Rhodes went and had belts and lost them.
That is the difference. That is the difference. Like he was defending them. And
it's gonna be a motherfucker trying to defend all the motherfuckers.
She can't.
She gonna have to be in Tokyo one day. She gotta be in Mexico one day.
Yeah.
Or maybe fake an injury and be like, oh, I have to lose the titles.
So that's what I was reading. They said her next match, she putting all the belts on the line.
She needs to against, and thank you for that segue, Mr. D-Walk. Against it, if you see you guys in the background, Miss Viva Van. Apparently, she's calling out Viva Van, who also has a shitload of titles on her own little belts. So will Mercedes become? I don't think she has. I think she has 8 belts right now, and Viva Van has about 7. So will Mercedes become Mercedes Moné 15? D-Walk.
Fuck no.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Hell no. I'll burn my wrist with this blunt as she do.
Well, don't do that. You're gonna have to burn your wrist with that blunt.
Matter of fact, I shoot my pistol in the air. She do. Right there, live. Bow, right here.
Don't do that. Sir? He's just joking. He's just joking. Everybody.
No, it was joking. It was a joke.
Hey, you better hope it don't rain.
The view.
Detroit, that crazy weather up
there. Hey, if that happened, I go across the street jaywalking so I could in front of the police so they could get me.
Okay.
That's gonna be hilarious. Anyway. That's gonna be hilarious.
I know y'all gonna build me out anyway, so
he's freaking.
You got to.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Alex too.
EOD. We'll talk about that off stream if you get arrested. I love you. Now, EOD.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Mercedes Moné going after Viva Van and possibly becoming Mercedes Moné 15, which I'm going to call that. I'm going to call her 15 belt Mercedes.
All right, as CM Punk and John Cena like to do, break the fourth wall a little bit. She's Mercedes Moné back with Tony Khan money. She winning those titles, but she put them on. If she put them on, they put them all on the line. She's winning those titles. She's the bigger name. That's going to happen. So there's like no doubt in my mind if that's the way it's going to go. And 15, that's a little ridiculous. But hey, but you know what? But it works for the other company because, like you said, Kane, a lot of these companies you never even heard of before. You're going to hear about these companies now, just for the fact that she has the titles. So it seems like it's kind of like overkill, but it's actually helping everyone out. It's making her like, hey, I am the one on Earth, and other companies are going to know about these other companies now. So maybe somebody that didn't know about them before, they're coming up. They go try out these companies and try to work their way. So it's a win-win for everybody if Mercedes wins the belt. If she wins the belt, it's like,
if I'm better than I'm gonna say like this: you come to my company, and I'm better than you. I'm the top person. I'm not losing to you. I'm not.
Yeah,
I get that and everything, but the promoters, I mean, this is like outside of wrestling. This is like actually
that's
real.
Like you come to my job. That's like you walking in my job and saying, "Hey, I'm better than you at your job." No, you're not. No, you're not.
But I feel what you're saying, but also you got to keep in mind she got all these belts from these companies that people don't know about. I bet you now people are looking up these companies, just to see who she beat.
Yeah,
people are looking up these companies. They're like, God, she got 25 belts. God damn,
and that's worth more than your top champion because no one knows about your company. So
let's say this: the chick Mercedes Moné supposed to wrestle is younger, and she a champion. She the best one in the company, but don't nobody know about her. They already know about Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks. She lose the belt and everything. Now she get the name. Now she get drawn up. We already know about Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. She already good enough. Like her name ringing everywhere now. She don't need the belts no more.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, by that person she wrestled had a match with her. That's good enough.
Think of Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay. Let's say it like this. You remember
she was like, "I'm out. I'm going to WWE."
But you remember when Brock Lesnar wrestled The Rock the first time? Brock Lesnar beat The Rock, and that's when Brock Lesnar's career went up. The Rock was already The Rock. Everybody already knew The Rock. Just like that's why I say everybody know Mercedes Moné. This shit could be the Brock Lesnar and shoot her off.
Well, to me, it's more like the Cody Rhodes thing. Remember, was the NWA champion? He only had the belt for a month, and then Nick Aldis got right back. So it's like you have the title, just say you had the title, give right back to whoever had it again. Everything's good. Everything's fine in the world. So they could do something like that. So.
And to interject a little bit, like honestly, Viva Van, this is a great opportunity for her because one, she'll lose the belt, people will know her name. Then she'll get the belt back from Mercedes because guess what? She can't defend it and give all 15 belts to one other person like it's a virus. No, you have to defend the belt somewhere, sometimes at different places. Viva Van, all these companies, as much as you have your aces in wrestling, if Tony, like you said, if Tony Khan comes in with big money, like I'll give you this much money and this much exposure, and I'll put your wrestler on my channel, and you'll fucking no matter what, you'll get a name put out there. Who's gonna fucking say no to that? To fucking
it's like everybody wins.
Yeah, but she don't need to lose like they did Oscar, bro. She should. If she ain't got to lose, if she don't have to lose, she shouldn't have to lose.
Dude, I just saw, and I want to go back to the wrestling annals of history. I just saw the Iconics beat the shit out of Charlotte and Carmella do her cash-in and wailing at Mike Chioda and winning. Thus, months before, James Ellsworth helping her, and they had to redo the whole match a week later. It doesn't matter who the person is to Evolve. It doesn't fucking matter right now. Mercedes Moné is the hot ticket right now. Stephanie Vaquer is the hot ticket in WWE. Mercedes Moné is the hot ticket in AEW. Gail Kim, since we're going to jump a little ahead, just got fired from TNA. And I want to say this specifically. She got fired.
What'd she do? She got fired. She started OnlyFans because she got fired.
No, that's a rumor. I'm not going to start that shit if that's not
true.
It's speculation.
I'm looking it up right now.
Look it up because right now there is no evidence of Gail Kim getting fired except for anything else.
If her subscription is $4.99, I'm joining it.
Okay, first off, speculation and not truth because you're not getting discriminating truth, sir. Anyway, what happens when Gail Kim comes to the company? Because I'm guessing that's going to happen. If you got fired from TNA, but they've already been speculating that there have been talks with Gail Kim to see if she wants to jump in as well.
Yeah, but Alex, how many times? she just left our WWE on bad terms. Like she just accused WWE on all kind of fucking mishandling women, sexual things towards women. She came out and said all that, bro. I'm pretty sure they
New
didn't go on.
regime now, so maybe she might, change her
Thank
mind.
you, EOD. It's pre-Vince, post hiring Nikki Bella. Now that they hire Nikki Bella, there are no rules anymore. You can hire wherever the hell you want that has views.
Don't say that. Don't say that, because if the Bellas win a tag team, the women's tag team, or they win the women's world titles, I'm crashing out. Live. Y'all gonna see me crash out.
Well, you're gonna be crashing out by a lot.
I can see the tag titles. I don't see the world titles.
Yeah,
now
it's fucked up. Y'all don't support me. That's fucked up. Yeah. Too fucked up. Y'all say, well, you're gonna crash out. You're like, no, don't do it. Don't crash out.
Dude. First off, if you're the only one that sees a kangaroo and we're all like, dude, you're all high on mushrooms, there's no kangaroo, we're the only ones that are logical, sir. Come on.
I don't do mushrooms.
The reality of it all. I'm sorry.
I don't do mushrooms.
I give you an example. I'm not gonna say that you do like 14 fucking bottles of fucking Modelo's. Nice, man. I see that kangaroo. There's no kangaroo, sir. That's a mailbox. Okay? The fuck. Now, I wanna talk about something else right now. Let's talk about a little bit of NXT, because we all talk about Mercedes Moné, Viva Van, prayers up, get that money and get the fuck out. Good for you. Speaking of talents, let's talk about Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana. Now, a lot of people, a lot of old heads are not happy about this.
Yeah.
They are not.
I heard Mr. Iguana in heat already.
Yeah. And
already?
He's in the backs. He's in the back already, kind of like prepping to see what they got. But Psycho Clown is also a person they want to pick up, because he looks demonic, but he looks fun too and very flashy. He's a good worker. He does the job. AAA is highly recommended of him. If this is happening, EOD Wrestling Hub 33 that started off, and we go Kane and then D-Walk, how many more wrestlers that we saw in Worlds Collide are going to get picked up and then put into the main roster? That's the first question. Second question, second round.
Well, to me, like I said, when I saw it, that was like kind of like my first time. Like, I've heard the names before. That was my first time, and like Miss Iguana was the MVP for me and everything. That was just like, whoa! I had a lot of fun watching that. But I could see, I don't know what you mean, like going like to NXT, because I've heard like Iguana might be going up to the main roster. To the main roster. And to me, I'm like, they own the company anyway, so it's like doesn't even matter. So to me, I can see how people are mad about it, but I'm like, they own AAA. I'm like, it's only going to increase their money, their exposure, and in turn exposure to the rest of AAA. Like for me now, I'm like going online, looking at AAA stuff, putting the subtitles on just so I can see what's going on. So to me, I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to be more than just those three. Maybe like Chad Gable and Vikingo. Man, that match was crazy.
Vikingo already signed. He is
signed with the main roster.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. So I just think it's the first. And if some of the ladies that I've seen, like on the regular shows, not the pay-per-view, but the shows, you can bring a couple of them. You can bring a couple of them up. So I think it's good for everybody.
Your thoughts?
Man, to be honest, I think WWE can do so much with this. With this, it's not even funny, because it is some great talent down there in AAA, bro. Mm-hmm. It's some great talent, and a lot of these people down there was not really getting that much exposure. Like, if I didn't never watch the Worlds Collide, I would never knew about some of these guys. Never ever knew. But these guys are hella talented.
Yeah,
hella talented, and they got their own personality. Now that people that is new to AAA and stuff, by them watching that, they're like, oh, I've been missing out. And when you think about AAA, a lot of people, first person a lot of people that come to a lot of people's mind is Mr. Iguana. That son bitch there, he is highly entertaining. Now, whether he go to NXT or go to the main roster, that's whatever they're gonna do. But I'm kind of worried that if they're gonna dull him down a little bit on the main roster.
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
Because he has that free space to be able to bring his character to life. In WWE, not so much.
Yeah.
They'd already dulled down Ray Phoenix.
Yeah,
They already dulled
the
down
higher you go up, the more
Penta.
they dull you down.
This the question. You think they're gonna bring back the cruiserweight title? I'm just saying.
I mean, you can't say that it's off the table. You can't say off the table because hell, for long you're gonna have a bunch of cruiserweights.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they won't put him in the beginning of the show like they need to. They're supposed to put him in the beginning of the show, first 15 minutes to get the hyped up. They've done the formula of talking for 23 fucking minutes every time for years.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. That's the problem with this fucking company right now. They know they know that they're fucking bombing themselves, but they don't care. So I want to say this before we go to D-Walk. I know they bought AAA. But I feel like they treat AAA like a sublet company. He's like, we have them. They're making money for us. But one guy came out. It was awesome. But you have like 12 to 24 motherfucking guys. That's just guys. And you have about 6 to 8 girls on the women's division that are fucking good. Just as good as Stephanie. And just needing a push. That you can use these people for the future. But they're so stuck on the we're gonna get blonde girls. We're gonna get big booty girls. We're gonna get track stars. We're gonna get volleyball stars. We're gonna get just the same. Like, how about you get some Latina wrestlers that grew up since 5 years old doing wrestling on the street on the lights, and then doing this shit while breathing? How about that? You got one of them called Stephanie. You got a second of them called Julia, and you treat Julia like shit. And God. Anyway, but that's what I want to say. Go on, D-Walk.
But it's honestly gonna be hard as fuck. It's gonna be hard as hell knowing TKO is $3.2 billion down the hole. It's kind of hard trying to figure out what they're gonna do because they got to make that money back.
Taking all that back.
They got to make all that money back. Like I said, to me, my dead honest fucking opinion, Vinnie Mac coming back. Vinnie Mac coming back. He putting Shane in charge. I'm telling y'all.
Why?
What you mean why? What you mean why? I mean, like, why not?
They tried it already. It didn't work. They only had one good match against AJ.
No, that's my son, bro. Like, I can't have it in my name, and if I'm buying the company back, I'm not gonna have it in Triple H's name. Come on, bro. Let's think about it. I'm telling y'all, Vince coming back. Vinnie Mac coming back. I bet you some money.
I'm not.
I bet you
not in the company.
Hey, but
I heard that they're not
even
even
never say never
right now.
No, but listen,
you can never say
he
never.
sold his share.
Yeah, I know, you can't say never.
He sold his share. He sold some of his share. He's still number 2.
No, yeah, he still got a lot of shares.
He's still number 2.
That's crazy, ain't it?
That is.
Hey,
so like you said, money talk.
Money talks.
Money talk. And like I said, they already $3.2 billion down the hole. Vince got that money. Come on.
Hey,
if I can't have it, I'm gonna put it in Shane. It's gonna be in the man.
It depends on how bad they want their money back.
It's gonna stay in the family.
It'll stay in the family, bro. Be honest though, bro. With some of these luchadors that they have acquired, bro. These guys can possibly shut down shows, bro.
Yeah, but they don't believe in. But the thing about it, they don't believe in cruiserweights no more. They like seeing heavyweights. They like seeing big people.
Yeah, but that's how it was back in the day, though.
Yeah.
Remember 205 Live at first?
Back in the day, it was cruiserweight.
That was like the best thing they had going up besides NXT at the time.
Yeah.
205 Live, people would start staying after SmackDown to watch 205 Live. And then get like stand
because the storylines at that time, the storylines with Raw and SmackDown was garbage.
Mm-hmm. The triple threat with Cedric Alexander, Buddy Murphy, and Mustafa.
To the point where you don't mind watching a 3 to 5 minute match of 205 Live compared to 2 or 3 hours of Raw. But
I'm saying at the time,
when they first, do you remember? You remember back in the day? Okay. No, wait, y'all got me started. You remember back in the day when Raw came on? Raw used to have the pyro and shit like that going off. Like that.
I remember.
Then when the power went off, what happened next?
With the crowd shot?
They started the matches up. They ain't had nobody doing no monologue or none of that bullshit. Trying to waste time. They started with match number 1.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw. It's Jim Ross.
Man, nobody cared for that. 20, 30 minutes of you talking shit and welcome to Raw, welcome to Monday Night, all that bullshit. No, they started with the first match.
I'll take you back to WCW when half of the matches was cruiserweights. You had Ray Hoovy.
That was the only thing I liked about WCW.
You had Ray
back
Psychosis.
Yeah.
You had fucking
Psychosis.
You had fucking no, you had so many cruiserweights.
Jericho was
Stereo.
Malenko.
Jericho was a cruiserweight. Dean Malenko. You had
Malenko.
Yeah, I said Malenko.
Yeah, he said Malenko.
Man, you had so many. The cruiserweights ran WCW.
Okay. Yes, but now the evolved version is ironically, I didn't want to mean to say it like that, but is Evolve. That's the new cruiserweights.
Yeah.
You got skinny motherfuckers like Jackson Drake, Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes, like all these skinny motherfuckers. Cappuccino Jones, Trill London. It's Gall. As much as it's Gall wants to be a bodybuilder, motherfucker.
You know what I say about that? Jackson Drake is surprisingly bigger than what he appears, because I thought he was super small and skinny until he was standing next to Ethan Page. No. And I was like, wow, he's bigger than Ethan Page. He doesn't appear like that on TV to me. He seems like he's super skinny, but I was like, wow, he's actually bigger than he is. I'm like, wow, kind of surprised about that. Yeah.
So, and that's the new style that you have to go off. Like the cruiserweight division is dead in the terms of WWE because they tried it once. It was a good idea. They tried a division. They lost money in it, and now they're like trying to save money. And now that they had it evolve, which they save money by taping months in advance, therefore they only get a fixed income, fixed like amount. That's it, in and out.
Yeah, but money. Now they have a recipe now.
Yeah,
they have the right people they need to be able to jump this shit off.
Yeah,
and the right push, the right timing and stuff.
Oh,
blast off.
Invisible Man, can we add another segment to this? Can we add when Goldberg said he's still better than 99% of these wrestlers are right now?
Well, that's the end point. That's the end point. Let's get to the next one.
I think the Hulk Hogan one too.
Yeah, like the Hulk Hogan.
I can't wait to the Goldberg.
The Hulk Hogan one, I'm stalling for
yeah, Joe Hurd.
My face betrayed myself when you said Goldberg. My face just betrayed myself.
Joe Hurd.
I know. Let's talk about NXT with NXT time with D-Walk.
Okay, I'm calm down.
Calm down. Breaking news: Noam Dar.
Let me take my blood pressure pills.
Okay, you should be drinking. Noam Dar.
This is my blood pressure pill right here.
Okay, all right. Okay. Anyway, I'm trying to segue here.
This man right here.
Segueing, Noam Dar is hurt and will not be defending the belt on Tuesday. Stacks will defend it with another person to determine who is the new Heritage Cup champion. NXT tied with D-Walk. Were you excited that Noam Dar was going to fight Stacks and understanding that Stacks was going to win the fucking cup anyway? Anything?
I'm going to say it like this. If Noam Dar wasn't hurt, he shouldn't have to fight Stacks. He should at least fought the last person he wrestled against because Stacks ain't shown shit, ain't did shit. He only did promos. It's bullshit. No, that fucking cup should go up as fucking vacant. And he should have two individuals besides Stacks wrestle for the motherfucking belt.
To add on something real quick. Yeah, okay. Go on.
Bro, be honest, the cup thing, they could let him have the cup, bro. Let him have the cup. The cup thing don't seem like a super big deal.
No.
I mean, let them keep it because it wasn't like they was always, you know what I'm saying, competing for it. It was just like a here and there thing.
All right, this is how you know it's not important. It's not in the fucking video game.
I'm just saying it wasn't really all that important to begin with. So whoever had it, I'll just let them keep it.
Yeah, what that thing it must mean it's not that important. So I've been saying this for the longest. They need to milk that motherfucker down to at least a belt. It should be no trophy.
Yes. Now,
EOD, what you think, bro?
To this, please, EOD. We're talking about.
What you think, EOD?
All right. For me, I don't mind the Heritage Cup thing because it's kind of the UK thing and it's kind of NXT exclusive. That's fine. At first, when they had the cup, it was a thing. Then we haven't seen that cup in months at all. I guess because who had the belt? Oh, then they changed the rules to it. That's what made it special when you had the rules. Then they just made it to like a regular match, blah, blah, blah. For the match itself, with Noam Dar, I'm of two minds with this. Like, yeah, they can just let Noam Dar keep it. But I get it because the way he got the shot was because, oh, well, I did beat a former Heritage Cup champion, which was Tony D'Angelo. So that kind of hurt Tony D'Angelo when he heard that because he's like, he was right. He was a Heritage Cup champion, and he did beat him. So now I think I should get a shot, even though the logic is a little wonky, but I get it. And what they should do with the storyline, Noam Dar's not injured. Stacks took him out. That's what they should write into the story. Stacks took him out, but he's still going to have to earn the cup anyway. We know he's going to probably win it. But I think they should incorporate it into the storyline.
But this goes back to saying what we said. Bro, it's really not all that important.
Can I say
it's not that important, but it's like it's good for the storyline. So
let Kane finish. Let Kane finish this thing.
I'm trying to tell you. It's more of a punishment more than a award. Hey, just think about it. You the fault and scrape shit to earn this shit. You can't even hold it in the air. You tired as a motherfucker. You try to hold the whole.
You know what's funny about that? I didn't even realize it wasn't in the video game until he said something. That's how not important, even for me. And I'm like, and I play the game, and I'm like, you're right. I don't think it's in the game. Never looked for it. Never looked for it. So
they haven't presented to be important
in like for a while. So that's the thing. It's like it's whatever luster it had, it got lost a long time ago.
Yeah, so that's why I said let him keep the motherfucker. He had to relinquish it. Let him keep it.
We wouldn't have known he didn't have it anyway.
Like,
until he said the match, I forgot he had it. I was like, oh yeah, he is the champion. So I see your point. like Noam Dar's a champion. I'm like, oh.
Bro,
I forgot.
No, don't nobody remember all the cup champions, bro.
Can I say this?
Yeah, go on.
This is how I feel they should do it. Noam Dar started with Heritage Cup. He was the longest Heritage Cup champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's had the longest.
He just finished his run, retired that fucking trophy, and bring back the European title.
Oh, NXT European title.
What?
Even though
that would be dope.
That could it could work.
Come on, you got the North American, and then you got the European title. Oh man!
The thing is, there's not enough people.
Let me hear more about this.
Hold up now. It would be a good idea. It would be a good idea if there was more men in the division to do it. There isn't a lot of men in the NXT division. There's too many women. There's not enough men. There's only like 15. That's it.
Well, the rest of the day,
and everyone else has been split. That's been.
Yeah. That's when you got Evolve. That's when you got Evolve and the wrestlers from the UK rest. Come bring them. Bring some of them.
Yeah, that could work.
That's what I'm saying.
I guarantee it's probably some European wrestlers over there right now that we don't know about that. Fire as a motherfucker.
Alex, clock this in case they do steal our shit. If they bring back the European title, if they bring fucking WWE UK wrestlers and they started a European and retired the fucking Heritage Cup, mark this down because, man, they owe us something, bro. T-shirts.
I think,
belts.
To add on to European title, I think the European title should be for the women. To do something.
Why?
Because because you have the main and the North American, and you have 25 women in that division. There is no more tag division. We'll talk about the tag. We'll talk about the tag back in a second. But
there's no more tag division. So women don't get along.
Exactly. Yeah. Give them another belt. Give them another belt.
Women hate each other.
Yeah.
Do something.
It's like that time of the month for them when they all around. You know how women when it's that time of month and they all in one room.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to do this, ladies and gentlemen.
You started that shit now, Alex.
He is gone. Here we
You
go.
sick?
In the eyes of an angel, we shall miss you. Oh.
You started that one though, Alex.
You did.
Okay, be gone.
Everybody, you was giving me gasoline, bro. Like
No,
that's what it was like. You
Dan
giving me
Ford.
gasoline, and I start setting stuff on fire. That's how you
Now,
did
one
it.
second. Okay, no.
Boy, Joe was rubbing off on your ass, boy.
What? I saw Joe.
Oh, you talk Joe?
I just act like the silent one, quiet one.
Now,
And
let's
it's
get back to this is supposed to be a show of talking, not a show of craziness. That's on Sundays
wow.
on Twitch. Okay.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all heard it on Twitch.
Now, someone says lies to us. Can you explain what the lies are, except for just what it is? Either way, I will say this: for the Heritage Cup, I really feel bad for Noam Dar. Which, by the way, in the promo they did for Noam Dar, they showed all the people who had it, and then him. He's like, well, no. And by the way, he had the belt for 800 plus days. He had the cup for 800 plus days. That's 2 years. That's 2+ fucking years.
That's crazy.
As much as I love the Heritage Cup when I started watching it a year ago, and the different thing between the family and NQCC, and then Les's King took it and just bastardized it for a long just for a few months doing bullshit. Noam Dar got it, which was the exodus of metaphor. If Stax gets it, which is stupid, because why would you need the family, so you want to get the cup like the Dawn. Okay, sure. It's still stupid, because if you want to be better than the Dawn, the first belt you should get is the North American. You should not do the same path, or even at least at least try to attempt to get the NXT title. Try. You have like 14 goons.
He's got to dress a little bit better to be the Don.
I'm calling it the Don interfering in the match.
Yeah.
I'm calling it the Don go interfere in Stack's match. I'm calling it.
No, that's the thing, though. We don't know who Stax is going to fight. We don't know. It could actually be a Don.
But whoever Stack's fighting, he interfering. Watch. The Don go on.
No,
I think it might be the Don that he's fighting. Yeah, that could happen.
It might be the Don. It might be Luca. It might be somebody else. But I think if the Don interferes, then Stax wins, because it's kind of destined that he's going to win the cup, because for some reason they didn't want to take
even
Stax
that. If he cost him the match,
He'll cost
him the match.
No,
that sounds stupid.
He won't cost him the match. It'll make him win the match.
They were just feuding.
What is Joe in? I need Joe to speak on this.
I know.
They were just feuding.
No, I get what you're saying, Alex. It's like he's going to interfere, but the interference is not going to go. It's going to backfire on him. Instead of him losing the title, he might end up winning the title because
they're going to have to wrestle now.
Yes,
they're going to have to wrestle.
Gonna do.
Exactly.
What you're going to have to do anyway, because they're setting it up for the Don being excommunicated, and he has to lay on his back. And
so that's why he's not going to win the Heritage Cup title.
He has to. After all this shit doing an ROW and calling himself the Don of NXT in Texas, because you have to call it in Texas. This has to happen. Okay? And
this out here.
Everyone just coughing it up, man. Damn. All right. Now, read yourself, D-Walk.
Hold on. All right. I'm back. Okay, so this how you know I'm gonna be a hater.
What?
I'm not gonna see you shine and then let you shine more. I'm gonna cost you what you got. So therefore, I see Stacks costing this motherfucker the match. So he ain't gonna win no title. Or the Don, I don't see the Don fucking letting them shine. No, I'm gonna cost you the match. And then me and you gonna have to fight, because they really haven't even fought yet.
But so is that hating or is that trolling? Kind of like how the young folks say it.
That's in my 50 Cent image.
Okay. Speaking of
more like trolling.
Yes. Joe, we're saving it for you. Now let's go to the next topic right here. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Now we just heard the John Cena Mike pipe bomb promo where he basically like almost word for word. Okay, and it was dope. He basically went word for word on against Pong, talking about like he is Mr. TKO. He's a hypocrite. He's a billionaire. He's not the voice of the voiceless. But the funny thing is, he called out 4 people.
Yeah.
4 distinct people. I think it was 3 or 4. No, it was 3.
3.
1, 2, 3. 3, yes.
Yeah.
Called out Matt. He called out Claudio Castagnoli. He called out a couple other people. And the theory mill that the IWC loves to say is that, they was calling out all the AEW wrestlers that were in the Punk incident. Reality, that I think, is that he called out all the 4 people. It was 4 people. He called out the 4 people that he buried: Matt Cardona, Claudio Castagnoli, and 2 other guys.
No, Alex Riley.
Ziggler.
He didn't say Alex Riley though.
Is it Claudio?
No,
Alex Riley, yeah.
He said Claudio.
He gets a button though. First off,
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number 1, how dare you?
Alex Riley came out. They came out an interview when they said it about all this.
how
He
dare you
burned
bring up
Alex Riley.
Alex
They got into a
Riley?
backstage. They got into a backstage dispute, and that's why he didn't get that push. Like, I'm looking up. It's on YouTube. I watched it.
I know. And then you still bring up that guy, Alex. Come on. It's Alex
I forgot
Riley.
you don't like him. I forgot. My bad.
Hold up. Is somebody Alex don't like?
Hey, look.
Is somebody Alex don't like?
Hey, you can see the vein. Look, you can see the vein in Alex's face right here in the picture, though. Like, look. It's a picture of him, and I see the vein pop out.
Hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. You said who Alex don't like?
Alex Riley. A-Rod.
I don't like Alex Riley. I actually watched Alex Riley. Look, I watched Alex Riley at NXT. No, dude, Alex Riley sucked.
He was good on
Then he came
commentary
out in front of a
for a while.
Raw.
Just because you said that, they're gonna make Logan Paul the world champion.
I don't know.
Well, good back. I mean, the world. Okay.
I'm for that. Hey, y'all for to hear Alex flipping furniture in a minute. Like, when it finally happened, Alex gonna be
Now, first off, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Mr. EOD Wrestling Hub. 2 questions. Did Mr. Cena bury those 4 people? And why the fuck did he bring up those 4 people?
No, I don't think he buried them. I don't think he buried them all. Why he picked them up? Why he mentioned it? I guess there's some truth to it. I'm gonna tell him I have to, because I wasn't really following the backstage stuff wrestling back then. But but it's true. Like, the guys that he did mention were held down somehow. Claudio or Cesaro back then, Dolph Ziggler, and Zack Ryder. I'm not so sure about Zack Ryder. Like, how he was being held down, because he actually had a program with Cena. I remember before before he left. But everybody loved Cesaro. Remember the cash in with Ziggler? That was one of the biggest pops I ever heard. Still to this day, when he cashed it, and I think he walked in on stage as a heel, cashed it in, walked out as a face because of the crowd. So and Ziggler, to me, is like, everyone forgets that he was champion and everything. So I think he mentioned it, one, because Cena, one, likes those guys. 2, it was true, but I don't think he buried him. I don't think it was affected on AEW. I don't think it was that.
No,
so.
But Dolph Ziggler,
that's just a coincidence.
Dolph Ziggler,
and Ziggler's on TNA. So
he was a Triple Crown champion though. He won every belt.
Yeah,
like, so it wasn't him. I mean, to me, that segment was cool, but it took me a minute to think about it. If he would have said Alex Riley, it would have made more sense, because he did bury Alex Riley.
Yeah, that is true.
Cesaro,
what if he was throwing these guys a alley hoop?
Yeah. You know he likes it.
What if he was doing that?
By mentioning his names, now everyone's
throwing
talking
an alley
about him.
hoop, saying your name, throwing you an alley hoop, so for you to respond from a bigger name to make you more relevant.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Schmidt. I was going to say that name. The biggest burial that is on record is Damian Sandow.
Damian Sandow. Yeah. Him too.
Yeah.
The guy was fucking nuclear hot.
Yeah.
So over. And then you give him the fucking the money in the bank. I think it was the first ever one too.
Yeah.
You give him the first ever one, Not the
No.
first ever one, but he give him one, and then Cena just like, no, I'm not gonna allow you to do that. I win. Like,
Yeah.
no. So let's talk about the list, and there's a long fucking list.
Hold on. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask y'all a question first? Can I ask y'all? I want to hear everybody favorite like fucking wrestler that should have been pushed but they wasn't.
Mark Henry.
Antonio Cesaro.
Okay.
Yeah, Cesaro was at one was super over.
Okay.
Super over. But even had his own little section.
Test.
Mark
Alex?
Henry. Mark Henry.
Just saying. I know a few of them.
Yeah, even though Mark Henry was
about-
champion, it felt like he didn't have like the belt and everything. So
What about-
that's what it was.
I'm gonna hit y'all with a good one, right? What about Canyon?
Who?
Canyon.
No.
Kane?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Kane
I'm
got
already
his
over,
shine in
man.
the 90s.
Canyon
He
was
didn't need another.
what? Chris Canyon.
Kane was
He wrestled good.
Canyon.
Oh,
And
I
he
just said
had Chris
Kane.
Canyon.
I thought you said Kane.
That's what I was
No.
like, Kane.
You said
Chris
you said
Canyon.
Oh, Chris Canyon. Okay.
Man, he was dope. Wrestler.
Yeah, I was
Mike
you said Kane, I was like,
Man, come on.
Another
Who was
person
better than Canyon? Like, come on.
Shelton
And Canyon's a
Benjamin.
wrestler.
Okay.
Canyon was underrated, bro. You got to get that man his flowers. Chris Canyon, you got to give him his flowers.
No,
May
yeah, he was
him
good.
rest in peace, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sami Zayn
Yeah.
to a fault.
Hey, if
but
you
not
in the
really
chat,
like I said.
Uh,
hey, give us a couple names, man. But
Yeah.
I know first one I think about is Cesaro.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's fucking John Moxley's lackey.
Underrated. He should
oh,
have
yeah,
been
even the
heavyweight champion.
AEW's like even when he was
Dude.
Ring of Honor champion, he
Yes.
was still like second. He wasn't even third fiddle in his own faction,
Yes.
Yes.
as the champion, which was insane.
And to add on a little bit more, Cesaro was so hot in 2017-18 that when Ultra Instinct came out on Dragon Ball Super, people
Yeah.
made so many memes when he would do perpetual motion. He would go out of the ring, European uppercut, keep running, do a drop kick, keep running in, jumping in. He would just go around the fucking ring and perpetual motion everybody. He was so fucking over. And he had
And
Paul
still
Heyman
to
as
this
like,
day?
the Paul Heyman guy.
Bruh. He should have been at least world champion, or WWE champion at least 2 times, bro.
He
At
should
least
have been
2.
both. He
At
should have
least
been
2.
both. Hey, so do
At
y'all remember
least.
when Canyon? When y'all remember when Canyon had my man spinning off him? When he had him and he was spinning off him and then he put his hands around his waist and everything, was still spinning my man.
Yeah.
That's how dope. That's how you dope that makes fucking Cesaro. Man, Cesaro has been a sleeper on everybody.
Yes, but he's just settling with being a lackey for
and which he could be everything.
Yes.
That's why I'm mad because WWE dropped the ball on him because he could have been a bad villain.
Vince dropped the ball with him.
He could have been a villain.
Vince dropped the ball with him.
He could have been a villain nobody could touch.
Man, Vince felt like the language is gonna be a language barrier.
Man, speaks
Is you fucking serious?
I'm like,
is you fucking serious?
And the dude, how strong he is.
This motherfucker know like 7 languages.
And you see how strong he is.
He's real life strong.
Mr. Cade, Mr. D-Walk, give me 1 second. EOD, please talk.
Oh no, I'm just saying that he's always gotten himself. He got himself over each time they tried to bury him in. Even with the bar thing, that got over.
Yep.
That was great. But it's like,
was awesome.
I think the last thing I kind of remember him feuding was like Seth Rollins. I think like at a WrestleMania. I think it was like 30. Which one did I go to? 37. And I don't blame him for leaving because they weren't doing anything with him. It's like, but then
we don't set
really
the bar.
with him.
We are the
bar. They came out at WrestleMania with the matching outfit for the first time. That the crowd went crazy.
I think what hurt them though was when the Hardys came and they
WrestleMania 33.
And like I said, they came out of nowhere and won the belts. I think that's what hurt them.
I was there that night. I was there, and that was the biggest pop of the night was when the Hardy Boys came out.
And I bet you that was dope, but at the same time, they shouldn't have happened like that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody agreed that Cesaro been fucking wasted in WWE.
Hell yeah.
And in AEW. Even though we're not talking about AEW, but yeah.
and AEW.
First off, there is an open forum here. There is no restriction to talk about other companies here. We talk about AEW and every other company out the ass. The fact that we don't talk about AEW as much because that's Joe's department. He loved
we
AEW.
talk about
I haven't watched it in a long time. That's why.
Hey, we talk about shit in your backyard if we want to.
For real.
Yeah, exactly. But let's get to the main. But let's talk about someone else on the list, Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, which I wanted to talk about EOD about this. In a sense, he buried Matt Cardona. Well, back in the time, Zack Ryder, because he was the internet champion at the time. He was so fucking over on YouTube. Everybody, and then Cena buried him 3 times over. Just bump, made it worse.
That Kane segment was one of them.
Yeah,
I remember there was a love interest thing that was going on too at the time. Yeah,
that was a thing as well. But with Matt Cardona, he went to TNA, he went to GCW, he did some other things. I think he hasn't really done anything memorable to be coming back. That's why he said in an interview that he's waiting for them to call, and they never, like, he's the Yamcha of Dragon Ball Super. Like, he always expects to be called. He's the guy that he always expects to get called. He's like, dude, they're fighting in the tournament of power. You ain't shit, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Dude died like every 10 episodes.
Yeah, I did hear that he was kind of hoping he could do something with Cena this year.
Wow, Yamcha? Yeah, exactly. I'm shocked, bro.
And the only thing, look, I'm a little buzzed.
Yamcha got blew up.
I'm a little buzzed. I was this right now. The only thing that
Yamcha got died like
but the only thing. First off, Yamcha died 3 times. In Dragon Ball Super, he's a baseball star. He doesn't really do anything. And in the Tournament of Power,
he got blew up.
Begging to come in and be like, fuck you.
He got blew up.
Real motherfuckers. Android.
He got stabbed by the android.
Okay?
He did not like 4 or 5 times. Yamcha done died, man. Come on.
I don't count the time thing when he went in Dragon Ball Z when he went back in time and fought like past Saiyans. That doesn't count. That's
when he got blew up by the Cybermen. When he got stabbed through with the androids.
Yes.
Androids, that's 2. And then there's 2 more, goddammit, I know at least.
That's called life.
Adam 9, he should be.
Yeah.
But
now, look,
goddamn Yamcha.
But back to back Cardona. Do you think, I say no, but Mr. EOD Wrestling Hub, do you think he'll ever, and I mean ever, go back to WWE? If they put him in NXT, it's just a shame. It's an embarrassment if they put him in NXT.
If he goes back, I don't think he'll be back. I don't think he'll be in NXT. I don't think that'll happen. And I can see him going back if they called him. I mean, his wife is there. I mean, so might get to travel with her. But other than that, unless they put him into like a storyline, there's no reason for him to go back. Really, he's doing everything he wants to do right now. He's making them. I think he's making more money he was making at WWE, but of course they bring him back. That might change, but he's not as hot as he was at the time. If they were going to bring him back, he was hot. It's like this happens like every year or two. There's always going to be some hot free agent out there, and he kind of missed that boat, but he's still hot. So he's doing what he wants to do, making his money. So I don't really see him coming back. So,
man, be honest. If he goes to NXT, he's beating everybody. I feel like he's beating everybody.
NXT, yeah. And
NXT, he's beating everybody. Now, once he gets to the main roster, I think if he gets to the main roster, they're not gonna know what to do with him. As usual. Yeah. They're not gonna know what to do with him. They ain't gonna know where to align him with someone. They ain't gonna know where to push him as a even a U.S. champion.
And that's why I don't think he'll go to NXT, because that's for you're trying to establish people. Everyone knows who he is. There'll be no reason for him to be in NXT. So
yeah,
unless he wants to be a player coach type of situation. If that's
if he come back as Zack Ryder, he's cooked.
Oh yeah. He's got to come back as Matt Cardona. He can't come as Zack Ryder.
He has to come back as Matt. Has to. Just being real.
All right. Last name on the list. I think second to last. Nick Nemeth. Sorry, Ryan Nemeth. Nick Nemeth is actually having a lawsuit with Punk right now over the thing. Ryan Nemeth. He was an Intercontinental Champion. He hanged out with AJ Lee. Kind of helped Big E with Intercontinental Championship. Had the belt, lost the belt. Had the briefcase, lost the briefcase. Kind continuously, and I watched WWE from 2013 to 2018, continuously, always was the guy that got to the wedding but never got married. Always, like he got right to the end, but never got to the big one. Had a big feud, would win one when the crowd was behind him, and then he would lose three. He fought Ryback. He fought the Shield. He fought the Wyatts. He fought everyone under the sun, and all he saw was the sun itself, which is the lights. When he looked up, when he went after the 3 counts. So him hanging out with his brother, which, by the way, nothing against Nick Nemeth, nothing against him, but you are a shitty fucking comedian. Sorry. Like, I've heard comedians and like, holy shit. That's bad. But now you're a tag team, which I've always said that. Me and Joe, I've always told Joe this. Like the Nemeth brothers, they make sense. As a tag team, you can do something with them. Like you can bring your little younger brother. But Mr. EOD Wrestling Hub, will Ryan Nemeth come back with the stipulation that Nick Nemeth comes in as well as a like a as like, hey, if you're gonna hire me, you gotta hire my brother, no matter what.
I don't know, because I believe one of the reasons why they let him go wasn't like the talent, was like the amount of money he was getting paid for for what he was doing and everything. Because it's not like you're not gonna put a belt on him. But I could see that use his leverage, like, okay, well, I'm here. Y'all know I'm a good worker, so hey, why don't you give my brother a shot? You don't even have to put us on the same brand. Just give him a shot and everything and see what he's got. You could do that. To me, I never did like the fact that I'm just gonna call him Ziggler since they're both named.
Yeah, for real.
Go for it.
If you do that, please do not put him in the IC division again. I hate that when you've been a champion and because they don't know what to do with you, put you in an IC belt. Like, still fight for the championship. You don't have to win it, but you're still in that division. Because that's the thing I remember about Nemeth the most, fighting for the IC title, even after he was a world champion, and even the first championship, they didn't really credit it to him until he won the second championship. We weren't sure if the first championship counted or not until it was like, oh yeah, he's a 2-time champion. Oh, I guess they counted because we didn't know.
Okay, so check this out, EOD. What you think about it? Just say they sign him today. What you think about a match with him versus Jacob Fatu?
Ziggler, Jacob Fatu? Well,
yes.
Oof.
No, Matt. Jacob Fatu.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't know. Like, hey, I don't want to see that match. I'm like, I don't think it lines up good. One, Matt shouldn't win that match, but just because Jacob's so hot. But I don't want to see that match. Maybe Matt and have him feud with Sami Zayn or whatever. If they were gonna kind of try to become like a number 1 contendership for the title, I'll see that match and everything. But Jacob Fatu, that's a whole nother. That's a whole story.
Another beast.
I know. See that.
The politics is gonna be a motherfucker with it.
So
that's his life. All right, Kane, same question.
I think I gave my answer. Hey, hold up. Give me the whole question, bro.
Okay, if Ryan Nemeth comes back, do you think he will come back with the stipulation that he brings his brother in no matter what? You hire me, you have to hire my brother.
Probably not. Matt is the bigger name. Now, be honest though, Matt is not really doing anything on the independent scene that will make them want to snatch both of them up. So, I mean, it's just from my opinion. I mean, it'll be cool. It'll be cool with just one of them on one brand, the other one on the other brand and shit, but I don't think so. I would have to forward this message to D-Walk.
Why you put me on the hot spot like that? Okay, you dirty dog. I'm gonna say like this is what I'm saying. Money brings everything to the table. So, like I said, they gonna let Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler come back. I think they'll wait to bring his brother in. Like they will bring him in. They gonna wait and see how he do and then bring him in, or they might bring him in on a surprise or a sneak or something like that. But they most definitely go pick up Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, and his brother, if that was to happen,
Yeah,
NXT. You're gonna have to put him on NXT.
yeah, or that too. Yeah,
NXT.
You're gonna have to establish
You
him.
have to. You have to.
no, I mean they
But,
gonna keep on the sideline. Like he ain't gonna be with his brother,
but
but
you know,
yeah,
it might be good because how invested WWE is with TNA and shit.
It could happen.
Might be pretty good.
That's his life. And my thoughts on this character, he comes back with his brother. Yeah, his brother can go to NXT. It's not gonna work for him, aka Keanu Reeves. If anyone knows that name, it never worked out in NXT back then, and it didn't work out in NXT now. So he's not funny. He's not a good actor. He's not a good. I mean, he's an okay wrestler. He's like his brother, I guess. But Ryan Nemeth coming back as Ryan, like you can't call yourself Ryan Nemeth. You have to come back as Dolph Ziggler. You're right.
Yeah.
Like just
Got to.
calling
Yeah.
yourself Ryan Nemeth.
Got
It's
to.
Ryan Nemeth. Like, nah, it's Ziggler. It's Ziggler. Like I went out in the world and my name was Ryan, but in my heart, coming back home, my name is Dolph. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Take it if you want to, but then quote
He
me
had
to
to keep
react.
his. He had to put his brother in NXT, bro, and he got to be on main roster.
His brother with Tatum Paxley, they kind of work out.
Yeah,
Just not
because I
with
feel like Dolph
that.
Ziggler is big. Dolph Ziggler don't deserve to be on NXT, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
he's the
no.
guy you bring him back, and he's in the world
Yeah,
title picture.
this motherfucker he already had a couple world championship wins. He done already had that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but
You don't bring him back to NXT.
I don't want to see him fight Randy Orton because Randy
No.
Orton is the one that puts everyone over. People forget that. Like anytime you
Yeah.
want a champion, that's not like the name. You have him fight Randy Orton. Randy Orton ends up losing to them. I don't want to see that again. So
Yeah,
Sir, no one does either. I respect that respectfully, honestly. See if we got one more here. Let me check here real quick. Before we get to the main event, I guess Joe's not coming over here. Okay, yeah, that's the Ryan Nemeth thing that that's why he brought up the Nick Nemeth thing, and Nick Nemeth is suing Mr. Whatever. Okay, let's get to a little addendum here. Little what if for Mr. NXT Time with D-Walk before we get to the main event. I was gonna put the picture here, but I forgot. Wesley has been in NXT since 2020. That's going on 6 years now. About the same time as Wendy Chu. What is the projection of Wesley in the next, let's say we're in June right now, right? So let's say from June to June in 1 year, Mr. EOD. Does he stay? Does he get fired? Does he get sent to Evolve forever?
if they don't do anything with him now, he's probably going to be let go because he's been there for a long time. He should have been called up by now. He's good enough that he should be called up like 2 years ago. They're not supposed to be lifers down at NXT.
no,
So that's what it's starting to look like. Same thing with Wendy Chu. She should have been got called up. She's good enough. Their gimmick, I think, would have worked. Whether a comedy act or whatever, the sleepy Wendy Chu, not the crazy, that Terminator Wendy Chu. But yeah, they both should have been called up a long time ago. So either they're going to be like player coaches and stay down there. I could see that. But if not, they're not going to be there anymore. And they have to, unfortunately, because I really want to see them both on the main roster. So. But yeah, they got to do something. And right now, Winnie Chu looked like she has a better chance of getting called up only because of what she's doing now. She's showcasing herself more. Wesley's kind of talk a little bit more, but it's like, I've seen this before. What they do with Wesley, I've seen this before. They're just doing it on Evolve now. So
I get that. All right. Mr. D-Walk, your thoughts on Wesley being there for almost 6 years, about 5.5 now. And what is his projection in 1 year's time exactly from June to June?
NXT, he at least could have won at least the tag team belts. He won the North American belt. The most I can see is him going up there with Carmelo Hayes, because they're to be getting treated the same. You might as well make them a tag team.
People say Mello and Trick, but I get Mello and Lee.
I mean, but you
that.
already know Melo Trick hot right now. If they would have did it right now, that'd have been something.
But they won't. Mr. Kane, thoughts on Wesley?
Trying to open up that cruiserweight division, fella.
Yeah. I mean, you finna start a fight, bro. You finna start a. Hey, you remember how back in the day they used to wrap tape around your rope around your wrist and everything with a knife, and you try to start winning them again.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, I think he started cruiserweight division again, bro.
All right, now I want to say this though. With all this stuff for Wesley, I really feel bad for him. If you don't get picked up, it's ridiculous. I want to say an addendum about something. It's something that Mr. EOD Wrestling talked. We talked about this on the Evolve. We talked about Marcus Mathers and his little I call it the candy cane kick. I went back and saw, and I hate to say his name, but it just has to be said. James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles. The motherfucker did the exact same kick. I'll put that out there. Bop! I'm like, that Marcus Mathers, you must have been watching that when you were a kid. But either way, let's get to the main event. Let's talk about Hogan. Joe, I stalled for an hour. I love you. All right. Supposedly, allegedly, not true or true. We don't know. We're just going to talk about the context of what has come out from a podcast. Mr. Letting You Have Sex with My Wife, Bubba Love Sponge, was on a podcast.
Whoa.
What?
What did I walk in on?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'll say that again. Due to information from Mr. Bubba Love, I'll let you have sex with my wife, and then record it on the nanny cam. Sponge says this in a podcast, and we don't know if it's true or not, but we're just gonna put it out there. See what's up.
If you did some sniffing around, you might find him in a hospital near you, and it's not good. I got some pretty reliable information last night that there are phone calls being made to various family members about getting to town to come say your goodbyes.
Well, how reliable are your sources?
Pretty damn reliable, but I still want to frame it, Seth, in case he got discharged last night at midnight, and I've not been able to talk to my sources since yesterday. So my sources are that, and I don't know it to be true. Rumor has it, allegedly, Hogan is in the hospital, and I've heard people say that he might not make it. And it should create a feeding frenzy amongst reporters in the wrestling industry and maybe even in pop culture to check this out, but he's not doing well.
What happened?
I think it's a heart issue. I've been told that he publicly talked about a neck fusion surgery. I don't know if it's complications to that, but my sources say that it is complications to that, and because within 72 hours of him having this semi-major neck fusion surgery, he's out promoting this new wrestling league, doing personal appearances at liquor stores and bars that carry his new beer, and that he had no business of being out and about traveling. You're sleeping in hotel bed. You don't have the comforts of home. You're probably not eating as good as you should. I think the neck surgery was downplayed. A lot of people from Hogan's camp called it minor, where really it was major.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Hey, can I say this?
yeah.
This dude must be so mad. I'll Hogan laid the pipe on her. She must be like crazy about him now, because this dude is like hating. Hulk Hogan was just flexing his fucking arms a day or two ago. My man just said Hulk Hogan got released from the hospital, but we don't know how he is. You get out the hospital, apparently he must be good. Man, like, what the fuck? Like, this dude is like, he must be mad, bro. He mad about his wife trying to mess with Hogan or something. Like, he gotta be, because like I said, the news is like just different.
Now, I want to say this right now. I was gonna say we're gonna have a panel and say if this is true and what should Hogan do. But as of June 18th at 7:54 a.m. Pacific time, Hulk Hogan is from TMZ. Hulk Hogan is now on his last legs. TMC Sports is told the WWE legend has hospitalized to address lingering neck and back issues this week, but he has no means on his deathbed. The speculation started with local radio guy Bubba the Love Sponge, who had sex with my wife. Hulk Hogan did. Went on air and stated he heard the wrestling icon was in bad shape to the point where his loved ones were getting called in and say their goodbyes. Bubba couched a lot on his intel, claiming his source was rock solid, but things could have changed since his last communication with them. A rep of Hulk Hogan tells us the 71, holy shit, 71 years old, isn't close to death. He's just dealing with more of the same ailments he's had for years. In fact, he told Hogan's back to moving around already. We previously reported Hogan had underwent a neck surgery just last month, but by all accounts, it was a big success. Hogan has had countless procedures done to try to fix what his body went through in the ring during his legendary run, and alcohol and drugs and racist. But as of June 18th, it's not true. He has
no.
Yes.
No, I'm saying, but this is like weeks of like it was like a week or something, a couple of days to a week. This is the reason where he was fucking flexing his arm, and his arms look like he was in his 30s. Remember that? Yeah, y'all seen a video of that?
Yeah.
He was working out, and his fucking arms were like fucking. Looked like he was still 30-something, bro. That's
I know.
Yeah.
But as you heard right there, he does have lingering problems with his neck and back surgery. We know that his back surgery was fucking horrific, and his neck surgery is still lingering. He's 71 years old.
Yeah.
He's not going home to rest and have proper training for his body. He's just going around all of America promoting his Beer of America, his new wrestling promotion with this guy Bischoff and the third guy. Yeah. And now, what is he doing? He's fucking just in bed. Bubba the Love Sponge. Again, you had the story sort of right, but you kind of left out a hope, and then kind of said it was a heart thing and whatever his next thing. So EOD Wrestling the Hub 33. He's 71 years old.
All right. Well, for me, all right. Like, I remember when Bubba Love Sponge was a local radio person here. He's a shock jock. So he used a little bit of stuff to embellish some other stuff. He didn't say he never said it was true or not. He always made sure it's rumored to make sure he doesn't get caught up in everything. Like they said, he had some lingering effects, blah, blah, blah. The deathbed over exaggeration. They probably said, okay, he's in the hospital, go, check him out and everything. But yeah, he's 70, like you said, he's 71 years old and with issues. I'm nowhere near that age and I have issues and stuff like that. Where sometimes I'm can't get out of bed and everything because some of my military injuries. So for him to go through everything he's went through and the fact that he's had all these surgeries and his age, it's I could believe some of it. I think maybe Bubba maybe knew that it wasn't as bad as it was, but I'm pretty sure they're not tight anymore after the lawsuit. So it's okay, and what is everybody talking about? Oh, everybody's talking about him and his report. So now he's got his name out there. You can't say he was lying about anything because technically it was sort of true. Just the severity of it was not as bad. And on the other side note, I usually don't talk about Terry, so that's about all I would say about it. And well, I hope he gets better. That's it, because I like talking about him. So
I want to say this first of all y'all motherfuckers old as hell. Old as hell. That's all I want to say. All y'all. 1, 2, 3, all y'all.
We're about the same age, you asshole. What the fuck are you guys talking about? You're 40.
I just don't look it. I just don't look it. I got that Benjamin Button disease, man. I just don't look it.
Okay, you know what? First off, one button for you.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
And I say that with love. A whole lot of love.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
We're not done.
Hey, EOD and K, have y'all seen the Temptations? Or 5 Heartbeats? What you want to? Y'all seen 5 Heartbeats, right? Everybody seen 5 Heartbeats, right?
Yeah.
I want to say this though, with Hogan, I have no ill will. He's a piece of shit, racist, liar, over the top.
You gotta say brother after that too. Everything you gotta say,
shyster.
everything you gotta say a Hulk Hogan conversation right now. You gotta say brother in it.
I'm talking to you,
I'll
bro.
say it in Spanish. Yeah. Now I want to say this though, media addict. I don't. Let's pivot a little bit for this. Just a little bit. The funny thing is, Flair is a little bit older than him.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of old wrestlers here. I'm not gonna play Who's Gonna Die game. That's really morbid. We're not. That's on Sundays.
And it might be on Draft King one day.
That might be on DraftKings, as you know that damn well. But what's the point? Like, how far should a wrestler go until you realize like I should retire? Honestly, because I'm not thinking of any. Like, look at Booker T's like 50. Booker T can go. He can't do a spin-a-rooney anymore. He can act like he can, but he can't. I don't care what the fuck he says. After your neck and back, how far? Let's start with that EOD. If after you've had so many surgeries, is there a point you say stop, or you just do it for the fame?
I don't know. That's kind of hard because, well, y'all don't know this, but I actually do have to get like back stuff done like every couple of months and everything because I got like nerve issues in my lower back from the army. So to me, it's like you kind of want to feel useful, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not a wrestler, so I'm like, look, I hate picking up laundry sometimes. I don't even know how you can for the fame and everything. I'm like, you got enough money, you won the lawsuit, you don't have to do all these things. But I guess it's addictive and everything. They don't like Booker T, like how you were saying. Booker T is like, look, he knows his age. He wants to have a healthy quality of life. So that's him. He said he never did any of those crazy matches because that's just not what he does. So he was looking out more for the long term for him. But some guys, they're addicted to the stage, I guess. We know he's not wrestling and everything, but he's still out there doing like really, really active. I mean, he probably works out more than I do. I can tell you that just by looking at him. So it's like you just gotta. I don't know. Maybe you got like people around you can tell you that, but the only person that can tell you that is you, and it's your life. But I don't know. Your quality of life can't be. It can't be great and everything. How much is that worth? I guess that's only an individual can answer. So.
All right, that's fair. Kane, same question.
Yeah, what now?
How long should a wrestler in this company go, even though you got problems with your health, basically?
To be honest, you can't really answer that question because it really depends on how they feel, bro.
Yeah.
It really depends on how they feel because some of these guys, man, they go by how they feel.
Yeah. Some people
To
more pain
be able
tolerant
to
than other
make
people.
decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true.
It's some people that could take pain more than others. There's some people that pain tolerant that, man, like, I'm hurting, but I don't know how much I'm hurting. A lot of people don't realize that. You could be hurting, but just because you so pain tolerant, it's not gonna hurt you. But which in general, it should be hurting you.
Yeah, and that's why I say it depends on the person. Because everybody don't, you know what I'm saying, don't go through the same shit.
Yeah, and finances too. Like not everybody's making that Hogan Flair money. So they might be in the same position, but it's like, hey, they gotta still do what they gotta do to put food on the table. So
who could break their leg right now and try to take time off work and be like, no, I'm good, I can still work. Yeah.
break a leg. I could only want to stump my toe.
Yeah, see?
Nobody. I can't do that shit even on a bad day. Right. So I get that. Like all these wrestlers now, it feels bad that you got to keep working until you're probably dead. And honestly, retirement plan. Fuck you, Hogan.
I mean, that's life. That's in life. That's in life right. Too.
Ventura trying to get that done.
Hey, some of us ain't gonna be able to enjoy life at all because by the time we retire, we're out of there. The upper room.
Yeah, the upper room. But
we on deck.
But let's talk about Goldberg. Goldberg.
My face betrayed me
I'm
again.
crashing out.
I know. Let's talk about Goldberg because again, that was a good segue. Goldberg has said, and D1 has said that he can beat 90% of the wrestlers. Mind you, he's 50-something years old.
Hold on. What
has
you saying?
put over. Goldberg has said on a post that he could beat 90% of the wrestlers in the locker room. 90.
Man.
Not all of it, just 90.
No, I believe him
The
because
ghost of the Fiend, I guess, is that 10%.
What?
I believe him because who's booking the matches? Now, if you talk about like for real, that's a different story. But Goldberg, not they're not gonna book Goldberg to lose anybody. So based on that, he's right in everything that they're not gonna let him lose to anybody. So
the same way William Regal embarrassed Goldberg in WCW, and they got mad and fired him.
Yeah,
come on. Man.
I didn't say he's actually good and everything. As a person, like I have no problem with Bill Goldberg as a person.
Man,
just his wrestling character. Like I just never liked Goldberg.
How do you feel about him coming back beating Gunther for the belt?
Let's start from how I feel about him coming back. I don't like
he coming back
just because I never liked Goldberg. No, I mean I know, but I'm like you don't even have to go that far. Gunther.
Yeah,
like,
he just challenged Gunther for the belt. They wrestling
at main event. Yeah, main event.
They wrestling at main event.
Just the fact that he's back is like
he got to retire.
I'm like, oh, why'd you say that? I didn't know that was a stipulation. That means he's gonna win.
Loser has to retire.
Like Goldberg, you're good for what you. But when I was watching WCW, I was watching, like you said, the cruiserweights. I saw the Goldberg, the whatever. Even though Scott Hall should have beat him that one match, but that's a whole other story. I just didn't the streak thing. I don't know. It's just something about Goldberg. He's not my guy or whatever. So I can't say pretty sure he's a nice human being and everything. But like as for me, I just never. He wasn't my guy. Same thing with Brock Lesnar. He was never my guy and everything. McBain is what I like to call him because he looks like McBain from the Simpsons.
Brock gave me
So it's just he just wasn't my guy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. So Goldberg's just never been my guy. So
Oldberg is not Goldberg. It's Oldberg.
So him coming back, it's like I get it. I mean, this match they could have done this match without the belt being involved. You could still had him and Gunther. You want to have that match because that was the rumored match for WrestleMania. It's like you didn't need a belt for this, and now that you have the belt on this and it's Goldberg, it's like, are you really? Look, remember what happened to Kevin Owens?
Yeah,
I was there, and I'm like, wait,
I'm gonna give you another one.
It's like he just lost the belt out of nowhere in like
when
2
Goldberg
minutes.
Lost to the Fiend. When Goldberg lost to the Fiend.
He lose to the Fiend, or did the Fiend lose to him?
He lost to the Fiend. No. Goldberg beat the Fiend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, and you saw how quick that was. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, so he's right. Technically,
he coming back burying people. When you come back and bury people, there was no need for you to come motherfucking back. Especially for the challenge for the belt. You bury Jey Uso. You for the fucking make Gunther look like a fucking clown. You for the win a belt for what?
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like for what? Like, yeah, I want to have the match. The match that's fine and everything, but the belt never needs to be involved in it at all. So,
at all.
He could have just been an attraction. Hey, nostalgia attraction. Hey, if you want him to beat Gunther, hey, whatever. Let him beat him and everything. But for the title, that's a little much.
Too much. Y'all buried Jey Uso for what? For Goldberg, bro? If I was fucking Jey Uso, I want to leave that bitch.
Well, but rumor has it like he's not gonna sniff the title again after.
Not for a while. So, not for a while. They did.
Yeah. So
no, he's not. Look, hey, let's be realistic. He's not gonna leave. He has this most selling T-shirt. He loves doing.
Oh yeah, Jay's not leaving.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I lost to a motherfucker that could come in, fucking ain't wrestled in 8-9 years and pop up and fucking take my position, bro.
Oh, take his position.
That's fucked up. He came out of nowhere and took his man position.
I have a question. Yeah. Now, I have a question before we continue. I couldn't see everything of SmackDown. I've seen clips. Did R-Truth have a match with John Cena?
Yes.
Yeah.
And R-Truth came out there.
Ah, damn.
And he didn't come out. It was right before the CM Punk thing.
No, R-Truth got knocked out with the belt.
Yeah, it was. He won by disqualification on the ring because So
Okay.
what happened. But he didn't come to play.
Okay.
He did not come to play.
No.
Okay. Because I feel like they're stalling R-Truth. Like, okay, we could do it on Friday. Let's just like, oh, he won and he's gonna come back again. Like, I beat you, and which makes sense that I beat you technically, so I should get a title shot at Night of Champions. R-Truth, CM Punk, John
triple
Cena?
threat match. Yeah, they could do that.
Why not? Like people are clamoring. Even JBL said that he deserves a fucking belt.
He do.
Here's the only reason why I'm saying like if it was any other pay-per-view, yeah, but we know how that particular pay-per-view is paid for and everything, and who really ultimately controls who's on that show. So that's the only things they would.
R-Truth deserved a belt. Get R-Truth the belt.
I didn't say. Remember where it's at and how that show gets paid for, and who determines who's on the show ultimately. And it's not the WWE ultimately. They kind of. So that's what I'm saying. Like if it's any other show, then no problem. But would they let that happen?
You think they should have R-Truth all theme music or some new theme music?
He likes his old theme music. He said it. Even Metro Boomin saying
he came out with his old music.
No, you remember that? No, they should let him out with the truth shall let you free. Remember that music? Yeah, that's what they should come out with.
But
he came out and he did the "What's Up" thing. Well, he didn't do the song, but at the end he was like, "What's up" to the crowd and everything.
Yeah, he said it like he wants to keep his own song for now, and he's doing a very, which I have to remember what the name of the podcast is. But one podcast, wrestling podcast, was talking about how R-Truth is doing like the movie Identity with Cusack. I saw that movie. It was actually a pretty good movie, where it's multiple identities and R-Truth is kind of like talking with like 3 or 4 guys in his head. Which again, that would work.
I'm driving now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. And I think a backstage segment, the podcast said that R-Truth specifically said, "You guys are talking too much." He was saying that to himself. Like I was like, that's fucking identity. That's fucking really good. So with R-Truth, look, we don't know how long his contract is. We don't know if they've renewed it or they just letting it out
extended
to a certain point. We don't know. Yes.
And you know who else had multiple split personalities? The Hawk. They said the Hawk had like 8 of them, 8 different personalities.
But I will say with R-Truth and John Cena and the pipe bomb and all this stuff happening and Goldberg. Look,
Goldberg. You gotta say Goldberg.
I know Goldberg. I'd say Goldberg out of respect of. I remember watching his. Look, the best 3 matches he ever had. One against freaking Glacier. That was a good fucking match.
Why? Why you like Glacier?
I like Glacier. I like Glacier. It was a good fucking match. He did a cartwheel. Goldberg never did a cartwheel again.
Goldberg.
Oh shit. Okay, one. The second match was with the Ravens flock, but he fought the whole fucking Ravens flock.
He should have got his ass beat.
But he won. And then the third match is when he got cattle prodded by Razor Ramon. That was actually
my guy.
I was like, yeah. And I was pissed. But looking back at it now, like, that's the perfect way. Like, the only way to stop a monster is by fucking cattle prodding this motherfucker. Like, you're down.
The same way Kurt Angle did Big Show?
Yeah. Fucking it works. But for now, Goldberg, look, I'll say it. Goldberg's going to take the belt off Gunther. Goldberg fights.
I'm crashing out. Hey, I'm going live. I'm going live.
Yeah.
I'm going to go live, and I'm going to invite everybody else as I crash out and mess up everything because that's what's going to happen.
It's okay. It's okay. Look. I'm gonna end the show right here on this note. Wrestling right now.
I'm out of
there.
there.
Getting hurt. No, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about this on Sunday. Terrell can't make it. He just got home and he's like, he actually said it. He's like a kid in Disneyland. He's tired, so he's not gonna
give him some milk.
That's fine. It happens.
You'll give some milk
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow on Kick, we'll talk about some more subjects. Liv Morgan has now been projected to be between 4 to 11 months out. 4 to 11. That's almost a year. And now the plans, and we'll talk about that on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. If you can hear me.
I hear you now.
They give the belt to there you go. Sorry, I lost my thing for a second. They give the belt to Raquel. Then it's gonna be Raquel and Roxanne. So instead of doing a tag team, which again they can't, they just did. We'll talk about that. And we're gonna talk about what Terrell being there and him giving the perspective of why he gave that passionate speech. It was a passionate fucking speech. Respect it. Thank you for
can
that.
I say
dude.
this? Can I say how jealous I am of Dirty Dom? Lucky motherfucker. He had Rhea. He had motherfucking goddamn Liv. And now he finna have Roxanne. Goddamn lucky motherfucker.
Triple crown.
I know, but
Man,
like, for Alex Smith, he's living his life. For Alex Smith, I'm waiting for the medical reports. They said between 4 months, because again, the shoulder takes about 16 weeks. But now they're seeing complications that it might lead to 11 to 12 months. So I'm saying like between 4 to 11 months right now, until they say what the complication is exactly. And it could be ring rust after a long. Again, Liv Morgan has done 2 years straight of wrestling. Straight. She hasn't taken a break. The shoulder could have been exposing a couple more things. But for everything else, we'll talk about that on Sunday. EOD Wrestling Hub, please plug your socials so that people can find you. And you will be tagged in the description.
Sometimes when you run out of gas, you quit running.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can find me on EOD 33 Wrestling Hub on YouTube. My link is you can find me on Linktree/NADAys33. And that's gonna have all my socials, my Instagrams, my TikTok, Twitter, even though I'm barely on it. But Linktree/NADAys33 is where you can find the links to everything.
Okay. Mr. Flint 810, Mr. Flint 810 on all socials. Not all socials.
And OnlyFans coming soon.
Anyway,
you
can find EOD Wrestling Hub in the description, and I'll tag his YouTube channel. You can find For Real Terrell and CJ Wolfie on the Post Vote Review podcast on Sundays or Thursdays, depending on what happens. You can find me at Rican Reactions. I just did a new video, Rican versus Tourist. Noah Joshua Amoson, rest in peace, sir. And Miss Invisible Woman will be in Cardal the Muhammad Noir Project, which is NOUR. Stay healthy, stay happy. Excuse me. Rican versus Tour. I'm sorry, my bad. PUWF, Force of Habit. PUWF is based on talking about subjects, talking about topics, talking about the news, talking about wrestling predictions, and being unbiased. But when Mr. D-Walk gets drunk, D-Walk gets drunk and Mr. Joe gets mouthy and I get a little tipsy, we say whatever the fuck we want to do, but with respect to the fellow human being, to a point, because shit happens. Good night, everybody. Joe, I love you. I'll see you on Sunday.
Fuck you.
Cadillac.